decided in PKs. Actually, it's unfortunate, but yeah. So it's been a long time waiting. But as usual, Coach Pepper has the boys ready to play. A lot of the kids played in a 5v5 league over the summer, actually. So they're sharpening their skills.
Who are going to be some of the key players that we're going to be watching here today for Bedford?
For Bedford, I'd say you'd have to think about the three captains. Probably the biggest three to watch. Drew Middleton in the back is just first team All-State last year, and then you have in the middle you have James Poshman, and then up front you have Matt Flanagan. Actually, so probably the three to watch.
And we're ready to begin. Bedford with the ball. Over to Hudson. He gets away from Dylan Smith. Now back toward the goal.
And something to watch too is the, new goaltender. So this is Zach Dion's first year on Varsity. First year being a keeper for the Varsity team, but he's also very solid. A lot of experience with GPS. Very athletic. Very, very quick. Very athletic.
So Kaiser sends it cross field and up. Bedford now in the offensive zone. Broken up by NATO for Goffstown. Sends it out of bounds. It'll be Bedford's ball.
Yeah, so Harry, if you look at the front, almost an entirely different front line. Last year they lost 3. This year we lost 3 first-team All-State players. So it'll be interesting to see how the underclassmen, well, some of them seniors now step up for the Bulldogs.
Hudson tips it ahead.
Poshman, very good player, very solid, very physical also.
Now pass back to Kaiser. That shot is blocked.
And I should say Caden Rasby, number 2. Caden spent most of his career playing for Seacoast United, actually, on an academy team. And this is his first year playing for the Bulldogs. So big acquisition for the Bulldogs.
So we're going to have a corner kick here. Flanagan sends it across, broken up by Goffstown, by Morgan. He sends it back out. Picked up by Foltran. Sends it back in. Nice and cross. Another great break up there by Klaus. Bedford still controlling the ball in the zone. Flanagan tries to get it to the sideline, does that. Now a long shot that just flies over the net.
That was a great cross by Poshman. A little bit high. Perhaps they could have used that last night actually with field goals. But but great leg by Poshman.
Yeah, they've got the quarterback handling all the kicking.
Yeah.
And he did a fine job hitting all the extra points yesterday, but they didn't try any field goals. So now Goffstown's turn. Klaus drops it to Campbell. That's broken up by Rasby. Still breaking the play up.
Oh, almost up to Flanagan from Poshman. Look for the speed. Another key ingredient for Bedford is a lot of speed up front.
And now Bedford takes it away.
And Poshman lost his boot, actually. You see that? So he's playing with one.
Hudson being watched on the corner. Held there by Klaus. Kaiser across to Middleton.
And that's
now
Dennis.
Up the sideline.
With Flanagan on the run.
Flanagan picks it up. He's being checked. Runs into a man, but maintains control. Down in the corner. Flanagan still with it. Gets by his man.
Nice cross. Oh.
And a great save there by the keeper. Sharply.
So great movement by, the other thing was we had a conversation with Stu Pepper the other night. The one thing he talked about, particularly this group of seniors, really unselfish. I think they're just as happy with an assist as they are with tallying a goal. So watch for that, Harry, this season.
Ball is out of bounds off of number 25, Kaiser. It'll be Goffstown's throw in here. Number 8, Ermita. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. It's Aramita. And he gets forced out, loses the ball. It'll be Bedford's throw in. Kaiser back to Middleton. That gets by him. And Dion with the keep. Picks it up. Across to number
nice,
8.
Nice give and go.
That's Griner.
Poshman always there.
Hudson tries to take it away, but instead Klaus has it. Bedford takes it right back, broken up by Goffstown.
Yeah, to give Goffstown credit, playing very very tough defensively. I should mention, Harry, in terms of the scoring last year, this year's team, they lost 3 of the top scorers in the state last year. I believe Vero, Vitor, and one other player actually all tallied close between 18 and 24 goals each.
But Pepper's really good at developing the next year of next year's roster and developing those future leaders. Hudson sends it down to Flanagan. He's being chased by Campbell.
The cross right here. Oh, just misses.
Now it's Emerita. He turns it over. Goffstown takes it back. Klaus. He's got some room. Sends it up now to Emerita.
Middleton, rock solid. Absolutely rock solid.
Middleton there breaking it up. Takes the ball back.
And then so Riley, this is his first year starting actually, but always been impressed with his with his level of intensity and hard work. Again, another trait of Stu Pepper's teams.
Now Graham Hudson. Across to Rosvi, drops it back now. Bowden with it.
Oh, nice
Over
give
to
and
Hudson.
go. Great give and go.
Down the sideline goes Middleton. And it goes, he loses it out the back line. It'll be Goffstown's ball here. No score. 33-40 left in the first half.
I should point out, Harry, this is the first week of contests for Division I soccer. Actually, a little bit later, we'll give an update on how some of the teams are doing.
Andy Mason with the kick. That's Austin Morin for Goffstown sending it in, but Bedford in control. Dion. Give and go. Goes past Middleton. Now he gets it back. Sarelic in the corner there, or along the sideline, just drops it back to Dion. Now Dion's kick goes up to Hudson.
Nice play by Hudson.
Keeps it in play.
Jacob Bowden, three-year varsity player. Oh, great ball.
Now Hudson loses the race there to number 12. That was Campbell.
Great sportsmanship there between the two players. Little elbow bump.
And Campbell will have the possession here on the restart.
Yeah, Harry, something to watch today too is the fatigue factor with the masks. Bedford has been playing with them for 3 weeks, but just something to watch maybe with the substitutions and so forth.
Yeah, Goffstown apparently not wearing masks, but the Bulldogs are. Ronnie Morgan chases it down for the Grizzlies. Drops it back now for NATO. They lose it out of bound. Bedford takes it back. Foltran.
I think both teams at this point, feeling one another out.
There's a feed inside.
Great ball.
Griner. He drops it back.
Razvi, nice ball.
Razvi loses it there. Good play by Goffstown, breaking that up. Now Campbell feeds it up ahead, too far for his man. Bedford's able to recover. And Hudson has it.
Back to Bowden. Oh, Bowden, great move. Great footwork.
Gives it to Hudson. Now Razvi has it.
Let's see.
Feeds it
nice
ahead
ball.
now.
Poshman.
Down the sideline. 1-on-1 against Emerita.
Another corner coming up here.
That goes off of Emerita.
A lot of shin guards flying around, actually. I don't know if you've noticed that, Harry.
Nope. I've got my I'm using my binoculars here to get in tight to the play, so I'm kind of focused exactly on each player.
Right now, I think if I'm the Goffstown coach, I think I'm pretty pleased with my team's play right now. Looks like a little different set piece. Last time they They didn't opt to take the corner kick, so let's see what happens here. We've got some really experienced players inside.
So Rosby kicks.
See a header right here. Missed.
Everybody misses. Shot on goal, blocked. Poshman gets it back to Rosby.
See another cross there.
Ball goes off a Goffstown leg out in the open here. Bowden chases it down, but taken away by Klaus. Klaus goes down. Bedford gets the ball back. There's a shot on goal.
Poshman. Nice shot by
Sharpley
Poshman.
with the save. Now Sharpley will kick it away.
Nice ball.
Gets away from Hudson, but it's taken by Dylan Smith. His pass is intercepted.
So at
go ahead.
This point, Harry, how many shots on goal? Maybe 2 or 3 shots on goal for Bedford. And
I only counted 2 saves by Sharpley, actually.
So we get 2 and Goffstown 0 so far.
Now Dion has to play that rolling ball. Gets it to Bowden, now to Hudson. Hudson across the midline stripe, Rosby. There's Poshman.
Oh, Flanagan.
Matt Flanagan. He's got a chance here. Gets by his man, takes a shot on goal, but it's right on Sharpley for the save.
It looks like they've tested the Goffstown keeper. Who's the Goffstown keeper?
Sharpley.
Sharpley. They've tested him pretty well, and he looks sharp early on, actually. So
living up to his name, playing sharp.
Yeah.
Now Klaus for Goffstown.
Oh, nice play by Flanagan, breaking it up. Got to go to the ball. Coaches always teach you, go to the ball. Don't wait for the ball to come to you.
So far, the Bulldogs have been in control as far as ball possession goes. They've got a few shots on goal. Goffstown has yet to get one on Dion. Morgan again on the sideline. There's Poshman, number 6.
Over to Fultran.
Fultran waiting. His man watching him there, number 22, Mason.
Should have been a handball there, but maybe it wasn't intentional, so it's probably why the referee decided not to call it.
Now Rosby with it to Poshman. Sends it across to Hudson. Hudson being watched by Campbell. Tries to get it to his man. Broken up by the Grizzlies.
That was Grayson Grenier up there, number 8. First year as a starter, actually. I know he came up in the postseason last year, so got a little bit of experience practicing with the varsity team.
Here's the throw in for Bedford. Kaiser sends it up the sideline to Flanagan. Now to Rosby.
Great cross, the other field. Great cross.
Pass there over to Hudson. Hudson.
Oh, nice ball.
Gets it inside. Grenier, right?
Grenier, yep.
Grenier,
yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
He had a shot. That was broken up. Another shot.
Bowden
with it. Still with it. Tries to feed it inside. Here's an opportunity. Shot and scores!
Oh, they're
going to call it offsides?
Offsides.
No wonder he was so wide open.
Yeah. I don't know. It was close. I'd love to see a replay. I know he was with the defender.
He was behind the defender.
Yeah.
I was going to say, in hockey, that would have been a beautiful pass inside.
Yeah.
But different rules. Can't get behind the last defender.
Yeah, I'd have to say Matt Flanagan definitely takes after his mother there, actually. His dad probably would have held up, actually. So much more disciplined. Kidding, obviously.
Ball back in the Bedford
nice
end, headed over to Dion, who plays it, kind of gets things settled down, lets his team reset. The pass over to Bowden, and over to Hudson now. No score, about halfway through, actually 26 minutes to go here in this period, this first half.
Oh, great throw in by Bowden.
Now Flanagan with it, being watched by Campbell. Flanagan.
Nice juke. Oh, nice cross over corner right here. Harry, you got to think about, you look at some of these players. So you look at Flanagan, Middleton, Bowden, Vero. These kids have been playing soccer together since they were 5 years old on club soccer. So, they don't even have to call each other's names. They know where they're going to be on the field.
A lot of familiarity there.
Yep.
Fultran here with the corner.
See a big header right here. Great ball.
Right toward goal and broken up by Campbell. Fultran chases down the loose ball. Sends it on goal to Flanagan. He can't get a clean kick on it.
Yeah,
well played by Goffstown.
Surprised he didn't opt for the header there, but
now Bowden gets it to Fultran. He's on Campbell. The shot. Another chance, and a goal.
Poshman, James Poshman. Great goal. From Fultran, right? So James Poshman.
So it's going to be Poshman from Fultran, 25-20 mark of the first period. You'll have to calculate what the minute is. Number six. Number 6
is James Poshman. Yeah, so it's Poshman from Fultran. James Poshman. Assisted by.
Start the clock again.
Yeah. Where is he?
First, this is an opening night for everybody.
Assisted by number 10, Ricardo Fultran.
There's a crosser that goes off the head of number 17, Brody Reeves. It's going to be
Fultran.
Bedford's ball here. So Bedford up 1-0.
It's a nice goal, and you got to look for the cross. I mean that's key. And you had to think. I mean, that's how many shots on goal is that?
That was probably the 4th or 5th. But I was going to say too is that they had 2 crossers, 2 cutters that could have played the ball.
Went by Flanagan actually, and Poshman was there actually. And no offsides this time.
Right.
Flanagan with the ball here.
Up the sideline to Fultran, the man who assisted on that goal.
Looking for another cross.
Waiting for his teammates to get into the play. And now Flanagan sends it across. A whiff there by Goffstown. Razvi with the shot and score. It goes in. Razvi gets it off the post.
So I'm trying to think who passed that. It was Razvi from Bowden, I believe.
So just like that.
And unlike hockey, Harry, there's only 1 assist. So originally the pass went from, I think it was Fultran to Flanagan to Bowden to Razvi.
So quick 2 goals here by the Bulldogs. And they're up 2-0.
So 8 is Grayson Grenier. So Caden Razvi scored the goal.
Goal scored by number 2, Caden Razvi.
And the assist, Grayson Grenier.
And the assist goes to number 8, Grayson
Grenier. Yep. Yeah, that's all right.
So play resumes. Bedford with it. That's Caradade in the game now for Bedford. He takes a long shot. Saved by Sharpley up in the air.
Wow.
He had a rebound. It just like a basketball center. It was going to come straight down.
And a great job by Grayson Grenier, too, to follow the ball. I mean,
he was right there.
Great shot. And again, outstanding save by Shapley.
Yeah, Shepley hadn't come down with that. Grenier was right there to
I mean,
tip
that's
it
6
in.
or 7 shots on him. And, some really high-quality shots, too.
So most of the offense here, actually really all the offense here on the Bedford side of things. Pass across to Bowden. He has an assist as well. Hudson with the crosser. Broken up by Goffstown. Bowden with it. He gets taken down. We're going to get a whistle here.
Outside the box, I believe. Just outside the box. So we'll have a free kick here.
Pretty good spot to have a free kick.
And it looks like Poshman's going to take it. He's got the leg. In the state championship last year, he did score a PK goal.
It's about a 25-yarder, right?
Yep. Look for top left corner. Or actually, he's not taking it. I think Grenier is taking it.
So Grenier takes it, and it goes right to Sharpley with the save.
So that's good. That's shot number 7.
And I don't believe
No.
Goffstown's had a shot yet. They've had a few roll to die on, but that's technically not a shot on goal.
And again, I just make a comment. It's picking up where the Bulldogs left off last year. They gave up I think 2 or 3 goals the entire season, and not a lot of shots either. That's Flanagan.
He slides. It's blocked by Goffstown. Over to Kaiser. Gets it back into play here. Flanagan double teamed, but he gets it back to his teammate. Now Fultran chasing
Good
the ball
hustle.
before it goes out of bounds.
Great hustle by Fultran.
Saves it. Bedford still in control. Rossi. Over to Flanagan. That play gets broken up, cleared away. But Bedford takes it right back.
Oh, nice shot. Fultran having a great game here. He's probably responsible for, I think, 3 or 4 of the shots and a couple really good crosses also.
Sharpley was right there to make that save. So 21 minutes to go here in the first half. Bulldogs are up 2-0. Goffstown, really all they can do is clear the ball, and then Bedford resets and brings the ball right back into their zone. So Middleton across to Sarilich, I'm sorry.
Give and go from Flanagan to Razvi.
Flanagan with it again.
Oh,
tried to get it inside to Poshman, but that was broken up. Now Poshman sends it across to number 10, Fultran. Now Middleton playing up. Bowden to Razvi. He's being harassed there by Klaus. Back to number 15 there. Sarilich.
Yeah.
I'll get his name right.
Flanagan
eventually.
with the battle here.
Flanagan with the shot on goal. Saved by Sharpley. Another header. Sharpley has to catch that again. So we're up to 9 shots on goal here.
I have 10 actually.
10?
Can get 2, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're coming so fast. Losing track of them.
Flanagan, a little snake bitten here, actually. Takes after his brother who played ice hockey for the Bulldogs. Who may be listening in New York at Fordham University, actually. And speaking of which, big hello to all our parents and grandparents and family members joining us for today's broadcast.
So Flanagan over to Hudson. Almost broken up there. Flanagan's shot is blocked. Sent right back in by Bowden. Now this is number 25.
Kaiser.
This is Kaiser.
Oh, look at Fultran. Look for the cross here. Look for the cross.
Has room.
Flashman.
He's got room. Centering shot to Rosvi. He takes a shot. It scores. Rosvi's second goal.
Caden Rasmussen. You know what I like about that play too is that Fultran could have crossed the ball actually. Instead, he looked for the open man. Rasmussen was coming in and great goal.
So Rossi with his second goal.
So Caden Rasby assisted by Fultran.
Goal scored by number 2, Caden Rasby. Assisted by number 10,
Ricardo Fultran.
So in the 22nd minute, Rosby's second goal puts the Bulldogs up 3-0. And play continues in the Goffstown end.
So another substitution for Bedford. You've got number 20, a freshman, Gavin Diaz.
Well, this is an opportunity for Coach Pepper to give his bench some experience, some game time here.
And what's really neat here is also out here right now, I think really kind of a first. Actually, the younger Middleton, Griffin Middleton is out there right now, actually. So you've got the older brother, Drew, on defense, and then the younger brother, Griffin, number 5, who's playing midfield.
So play resumes, and Hudson has it. Crosses it in the middle, and Sharpley gets a hand on it, deflects it away.
Great job by Sharpley. It probably would have been a goal. He had Flanagan,
he had Flanagan
streaking
right
down.
There. So I believe we'll have a corner for the Bulldogs.
Perhaps have a little Middleton magic here right now. The two of them out there, pretty exciting, actually.
He just chips it over to Rosvi. There's a crosser over to Fultran. He can't get a kick away, but Bowden had a shot. Now number 27 for Goffstown takes it away. That's Kristen Bouchard. Taken away by the Bulldogs, and they come right back into the offensive zone.
Nice play by Sarilich there.
Broken up there. Brody Reeves. He had it momentarily. Had it taken away. Poshman to Razvi.
Great ball movement.
He's got 2 goals already. Foltran evades his man, but his shot is blocked.
Griffin Middleton over to Cyrillic.
There's a high long shot that sails over the goal. It'll be a
you wonder was Razzie thinking hat trick? I've never been able to answer the question. In soccer, is it a hat trick? Actually, I don't. Harry, we're hockey guys. Yeah.
Yeah, he was probably thinking about it, but you got to let those opportunities come to you. You can't force them.
Right. Although soccer is a beautiful game, as they say.
Number 17, Brody Reeves had it there momentarily. Now the Bulldogs take it right back. Hudson over to Griffin Middleton.
To Drew Middleton. To Cyrillic.
There's Flanagan.
Middleton.
And Bowden now. Pass over to Flanagan. He waits. Sends his man across, but sharply comes up to meet the ball and makes the save.
So
might not have been on goal.
Wouldn't have been a shot, but a nice play. He had Poshman streaking down the.
He had to play that ball, even if it wasn't straight on net. He had to stop that pass. Now the kick away.
Look at Drew Middleton. Almost impossible to get it past him.
Gets it back to Dion. I imagine sometimes you just want to get Dion involved in the play, just getting the ball back to him so he can get a little feel for the game.
Well, particularly, we'll talk later on about, their next opponent, actually. And you want to have him get tested a little bit before Tuesday night. And we'll perhaps during halftime, we could talk about Central. Not that we want to look ahead, but.
Well, we got about 15 minutes plus whatever stoppage time.
All right.
To go here in the first half. The Bulldogs are up 3-0. Razvi being watched by Austin Morin. Morin still on him. Gets it to Poshman.
Oh, nice ball to the freshman.
Inside pass there to Diaz.
It'll be interesting to see, Harry, how the freshmen stand up, particularly in their first action, because many of them are playing. They're 14, 15-year-olds, and they're playing against 18, and in some case 19-year-olds actually. So, but that being said, I know that Stu Pepper really impressed with this crop of freshmen. 5 freshmen on the roster. And
an experienced coach like Stu Pepper knows how to ease his players in, give them a little taste without overwhelming them.
Speaking of Flanagan, just with the cross, just speaking to one of the freshmen actually, and maybe the height factor there, but still, nice try by the duo. Yeah, that was Gavin Diaz.
So Goffstown with the kick. Andy Mason does the honors from the corner of the goal crease.
At Bowden, you have to like the physicality of the Bulldogs.
And there you had an example of a little size difference there. The freshman Diaz got pushed off the ball there, although he was game for a fight.
Amen.
Certainly didn't back off from a confrontation there. Another new player in. This is Jackson Whitehead in for the Bulldogs.
First time varsity player.
So we're starting to see some bench players here now with the Bulldogs up 3. There's a crosser to Diaz. He couldn't control it. Dylan Smith for Bedford. He goes down.
Speaking of Gavin Diaz, with a little physical play there, you got to like it. You have to like it. Going up probably against a junior or senior from Goffstown. Harry, I just have to comment just how great it is to watch the game. For a lot of these boys, they didn't have a spring club season. And whether or not they're going to play this year was in doubt. So, hats off to Corey Parker and the administration in Bedford and the coaching staff.
And, a big hats off to, I think, everybody who's made the effort to wear masks and quarantine and keep their distance socially. Here's an opportunity for Flanagan, the crosser.
To Poshman, almost.
Yeah, great opportunity. Goes by the wayside there. Good defensive play. I want to see who did that. That was number 15 or 16?
Yep.
No, sorry, 25. 22? That was NATO for Goffstown who broke up that play. Now that's going to be a
Harry, I mentioned a little bit earlier about how unselfish this team is, and that's probably a good example of the player could have gone right in and shot. Instead, he tried the cross to Poshman. So nice unselfish play by Flanagan. Again, I mentioned he takes after his mother, and another great example of that.
So Flanagan on the corner kick
Oh, great ball. No one there.
Middleton closed in, but couldn't get a good kickoff there. He hustles, gets the ball back. Crosser, shot, and we got a whistle. What is it, offside?
Probably offside, actually.
Okay.
Maybe Poshman, I'm thinking, didn't get back in time. It's a tough call, too. A lot of times high school refs, I mean, if you're not, I'm not sure the high school rules, but if you're not in the play, a lot of times, particularly in the professional game or college game, they won't call you for offsides. Flanagan
there against NATO, gets around him.
Diaz.
Over to Diaz in the slot. He gets taken down. No whistle, though. And the Grizzlies take it away here. And then Diaz gets it right back. They're going to get a whistle here. Finally, Diaz goes to the turf, but we'll get a free kick.
A great job by Diaz. Just great to see that hustle by, his first varsity action and again, in the upperclassmen, trying to get the ball to the underclassmen.
So I believe this is Poshman. Can't get a
It is. James
good look
Poshman.
at his number there. James Poshman
already has a goal, right? He scored the first goal.
And he sends that over the crossbar. Not that far above, but enough to give Goffstown the kick here.
So we have another substitution coming in. So we have Flanagan going out, and let's see who it is.
Number 11, Teixeira. Elliot Teixeira.
Elliot, yep. So another freshman, good to see, and good for the. I mentioned the next game on Tuesday night, so it's good to hopefully fresh legs on Tuesday night. Although, these kids, they can go all day. They're like ever ready bunnies.
So Poshman sends it down the sideline to Hudson. He races down to the corner to play it, sends the crosser, broken up, but Diaz was able to get a weak kick on it, and Sharpley had a dive on that ball. So again, Diaz already showing a lot of tenacity there in the scoring zone. I wanted to, again, I was talking about family making the effort to bring our COVID numbers down here in the state, and I think it's a testament to everybody's efforts that our numbers here in the state are reasonably low and stay low because the vast majority of people are taking the precautions asked of them.
I agree.
And now we're able to enjoy these kind of activities. We're able to ease these back into our daily life. And I think as long as we're careful, we'll be able to do more of these.
Well said. And hopefully we'll make it all the way to a state tournament, too, which will look very different. But hopefully that's the reward for families and players. And that's another new player. That's 16, I believe.
Number 16 is Cade Corbett in the game. So more and more bench players finding their way into this game.
And you got one of the Bedford players. I'm trying to think which kid that is.
Anthony Donnelly, number 21.
Number 4, Jackson Whitehead. Looks like he's limping. I don't know if he got kicked in the shin or.
That shot sails over the head of Diaz, goes out of bounds.
So Harry, I mentioned kind of looking ahead to Tuesday night, really a big one that's probably been circled on the schedule. Probably Central, you think about back in 2018, Bedford beat Central for the Division I state championship. The year before that, I believe Central knocked out Bedford in the second round of the playoffs, actually. So I'm a very, very talented Central team. They have a Division I commit. And Sam Latona, who's going to Cornell, several other Division II commits. So it should be an interesting matchup. And I know they played each other in a 5v5 league over the summer, and Bedford lost to them in the championship. But again, very small school and a futsal league. So
now that's a sport that a lot of people have never heard of. Sort of an indoor variation of soccer played on a basketball court. Am I correct?
It's a fantastic sport. That's when foot skills really come into play. And they, heads off to the Brazilian Art League, which head coach at St. Anselm College runs. But he put together a summer league and was able to get approval from the state to allow these kids to play the game that they love. So it was an outdoor version of it, little larger scale, larger field, using the same soccer ball that you use in traditional soccer. But it was a great experience. I believe Bedford lost to Central in PKs, but it was great experience for the boys, and just great to see them out there playing together.
So 7:09 left on the clock, plus stoppage time. 3-0 lead here for the Bulldogs with a pass down the sideline there to number 23, Asher Easter. Again, more bench players coming into this game. Bowden up to Rasvi. I'm sorry, that's Poshman. He's still in the game. Bowden is as well. His shot is blocked. And now number 16, Cade Corbett, gets into the play. Down the sideline, Fultran is still in there. Crosses.
Oh, is that Elliot Teixeira? I think that was Elliot Teixeira, right? I think Fultran came out.
Number 11, Teixeira is in there.
Bowden, athletic all over the place today.
Now Teixeira now with it. Poshman's kick is broken up. Just rolls out of bounds. It will be Bedford's ball. The throw in there by Cade Corbett. Now Middleton.
To Middleton. Middleton to Middleton.
To Bowden. Easter with it. In traffic. Diaz. Leaves it for Poshman. Poshman decides to play it back. To Middleton.
We just had a celebrity enter the press box here, actually. Coach John Price, who actually coached these boys from the age of 5 and 6 years old, actually. So good to have Coach Price here.
.5:26 to play here. Poshman gets away from his man. Broken up there by Robbie Covino. And passed up to Dylan Smith.
Still no shots on goal, Harry, and with 5 minutes to go in the half.
Dion plays the roller. Now goes out of bounds there, intended for Easter.
I think this may be Goffstown's first throw-in of the entire half also.
So we get a couple of substitutions here. Number 4, Austin Morin is back in the game.
Bowden going out, and who's that?
Number 18, that is
Nicholas
Asadorian.
Senior. Poshman with a very athletic slide play there.
And he comes right back into the play. Maintains possession for Bedford. Sends it back to Dion. His kick across, I believe that was for Corbett.
And Whitehead with the pass to Teixeira, right? I think Teixeira's up top.
Teixeira, yeah. He couldn't quite chase it down, goes out of bounds. We'll get a throw in here for Goffstown.
Harry, I'll make a comment. I've been impressed with at least Dion's speed out there, actually, and he's gotten to every ball that's been passed to him by his own teammates, actually. And I've liked he's made some smart plays as far as who he's tried to pass the ball to. It hasn't made any not trying to make any heroic passes downfield or anything.
Well, just like in hockey, it's good to get the goaltender involved in the game. You don't want to be standing around watching too long. You tend to stiffen up. So getting the ball back to Dion is a good idea. Kind of just keeps his mind in the game, keeps him moving a little bit.
So is Asadorian.
Middleton.
I'm loving the Middleton to Middleton passes. I can't recall, with two brothers on the field at the same time. I know we had in hockey with the Roberto brothers, but I think, first time in a while for soccer.
So the Bulldogs just kind of content maintaining control here in their own end. They're up 3 here, 3-0, with about 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go here in the first half.
So it was Cade Corbett on the outside, the other wing.
Now the Bulldogs getting the ball back there, but we get a whistle, and possession will stay with the Grizzlies.
So 2:50 to go, Harry, in the half again.
Ronnie Morgan's going to get a free kick here. Actually, he's going to leave it for Aiden Clinton, about 50 yards away from the Bedford net. We'll see if he sends it right on Dion here. The kick bounces.
Nice header by Jackson Whitehead to clear the ball.
Now Campbell His lead pass is intercepted. Easter tries to get it up, but Campbell takes it away for
There goes
Goffstown.
Diaz. There goes Diaz.
Diaz broke it up. Couldn't quite reach it before it went out of bounds. It's going to stay, or they're going to give him the ball. Okay, so the throw in right there by Diaz. Now down the sideline, it's a race with Campbell.
A little give and go there.
A little stutter step, try to throw Campbell off.
Nice pass.
Here's an opportunity. Poshman gets by one man, but his kick is blocked and rolls out of bounds. It'll be a free kick there for Goffstown.
I think Poshman also looking for his second goal there, and I'm sure Coach Pepper will tell him when he comes in. Look for the open man.
So we're at the 2-minute mark. The scoreboard here in the stadium has stopped, and now all timing is being handled by the officials on the field. So we don't know how much longer we'll go here. Probably not too much in the way of stoppage
No,
time.
I wouldn't think so. I'll get the clock. I got my own clock on right now to see how long. There's Diaz again.
He's got it. Got some time.
Great ball.
Across the Easter. He chases it down, settles things down for Bedford.
It's Asadorian.
Asadorian just sends it all the way back to Dion, who comes out of his net to play that.
Is that Whitehead, I think, on the other?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Whitehead had it momentarily. Now sends it over to Middleton. Now to Asadorian. Carries it above,
wide open.
past the mid-stripe. Poshman. That was kind of a slow roller. Now
Diaz
has a chance with a shot that
nice.
would have been good for 3 if it was
Nice
football, but
try
over the crossbar.
By Diaz, great ball, great pass to him actually, and again thinking 3 points instead of 1 point, I guess, with the field goal. And we're about 1 minute and 20 seconds into stoppage time. Oh, that's it.
And they're going to call the period here. So the end of one, and the Bulldogs are up 3-0.
Yeah, shots on goal, Harry. I had it about 10-0 actually, as they say, or 11 or 12 shots for Bedford, and 0 shots for Goffstown. For the goals scored, I had Poshman from Fultran.
Yeah, that was in the 16th minute, 25-20 mark of the
Razvi from Grenier.
In the 17th minute.
And then Razvi from Coltrane.
In the 22nd minute, right at the 19-minute mark of the clock. So there you have it. Those are your scores. And we're going to be back here in about 7 minutes to bring you second half action. 3-0 Bedford's in the lead. You're watching BCTV 23.
want to talk a little bit about Tuesday nights?
Yeah, let's talk about it, right? And we are back here with about a minute before play begins in the second period. 3-0 Bedford is in the lead. And Jim, let's talk about the next opponent, Central. This is going to be a big contest for the Bulldogs.
It's huge. I mean, you've got to think that both teams have circled this game on the schedule, as well as with the home and away thing, the rivalry week. They play Tuesday night here, and they play Thursday night at Central at Gill Stadium. Again, I mentioned to you they're both perennial playoff semifinalists or finalists every season. I think Central's still smarting from the loss 2 years ago in the state championship, as well as last year they were knocked out in the semifinals, and then Bedford beat them, I believe, twice in the regular season last year, actually. So they're really kind of looking ahead to a big contest. So again, I'll throw it back to you as we start the second half of play.
And Josh Ewing-Simone is at midfield, ready to play the ball.
Again, a new keeper for Bedford.
Oh, yeah.
Freshman Jacob Redmond. So great to see him. I think I mentioned to you off air, his older sister, Molly, a standout for Bedford basketball and track and field, and is at Brown University, where she got a scholarship to run track and field. That was back in the day, too, when Bedford High School, I think all 4 years that she was here, they won the Division I state championship, both for indoor and outdoor track. So good to see another freshman playing.
So play begins. And Morgan sends it up the sideline.
And I believe all the same starting players at the second half, similar to what Coach Pepper typically has done, at least the 4 years I've been watching the Bulldogs.
Pass across there to Soralik.
Flanagan. To Kazor.
No, Bowden.
To Bowden, yeah. Kazor to Bowden.
He chips it up to Razvi. He gets played off the ball. Bowden with it again, waiting. Up to Graham Hudson. Bedford just taking their time here. Middleton.
You got Bowden. Let's see if he crosses it here. Poshman. See a cross.
Being watched by Campbell. Makes his move.
You have cross to
Here's a crosser to Flanagan.
Oh, a little
header attempt there.
I'd argue there that a little physical play inside the box. Actually, probably if it's a closer game, maybe they call it. But
yeah, I think the officials are going to give Goffstown a little bit of leeway here.
But great cross by Poshman. I like the ball movement early too. We mentioned about looking ahead to Tuesday. I think it's important to have the starters in, and they continue to get used to each other early in the season, particularly the newer players.
And whistle Ronnie Morgan getting fouled.
I mean, you think about returning starters here as I take a look out in the field. So you have Poshman, Bowden, Fultran, Flanagan, and Middleton are the only returning. So I think six players were starters from last season's team, and a couple of them too were starters their sophomore year also. So we have a couple players that have carried over.
So here's Dylan Smith along the sideline. Ball out of bounds off of Bowden. He'll get a throw in here.
This is really, when you think about it, Harry, this is the first time I think Goffstown's been this deep.
Yeah, this is the first throw in their offensive zone. He's going to leave the ball there for Ronnie Morgan. If he's got a strong enough arm, this is almost as good as a corner. He centers it, bounces harmlessly, and then cleared away. Yep, and Bedford's able to clear the end.
It's Razvi. Razvi with the long ball to Poshman.
Down an open wing.
Let's see if
Poshman's able to chase it down.
Poshman up to Flanagan.
Flanagan just protecting the ball. Goes off a leg, and it's going to be a corner here.
Let's see if Flanagan takes it, and let's see whether or not they do. You talked a little bit earlier, Harry, about these set plays. Right here, you may see Poshman come up for one of the set plays, and then or in this case, Razvi. Razvi's coming up. So Razvi's taking the corner kick.
And it looks like nobody near him, so he's going to send it right for the goal.
Oh, nice ball. Oh.
Great catch there by Sharpley, able to get the rebound.
Is that Sharpley or is that the same keeper?
Well, I don't
I
know.
can't remember what he.
You're right. That could be a
I don't
different
think
kicker.
it's. Yeah.
Let me just look at my roster here.
Keeper up top, so it could be David Delisle.
Yes.
Uh,
No jersey numbers, but we're going to assume that's Delisle with the catch.
Flanagan to Poshman with the lead. Oh, great save by Delisle.
Delisle, he had good placement there, but I don't think it was the best shot that Poshman could have put on net.
But nice give and go from Flanagan to Poshman. I mentioned they've been playing together since they were 5 years old. We, parents affectionately refer to the boys as the Bedford mates. They've called each other since they were 5 years old in their group chats when they all got cell phones, 13 or 14 years old.
Ricardo Foltran tries to get it into Flanagan. That's broken up. Header by Dylan Smith. Taken away by Sorelic. Foltran give and go. He's got some room to operate down the sideline. Now pulls up.
He's got Flanagan too. Great.
Klaus is watching him. Gets by his man. Now Klaus takes him down. That's outside of the...
And that's a PK. That's in the box. So Flanagan, it'll be interesting to see.
Gotcha.
It'll be interesting to see who takes the PK. It looks like they are going to give it to Flanagan. This will be interesting. Flanagan, one of the 5 that took the PKs in the state championship. So I'm hoping that they've been practicing a lot.
So here we go. The kick and the goal.
So Flanagan with the goal with the PK.
Bedford goal scored by Matty Flanagan.
So in the 46th minute,
so
on the penalty kick.
Yeah, good play too. The physical play. Probably the Goffstown defender really had nothing to do there. I mean, you take your chances with your keeper. I always feel I was a former goalie in ice hockey, and I remember that the stress my parents would have whenever there was a breakaway or something. So you always feel for goalies or keeper parents.
Except that in hockey, the keeper, it's more or less a 50-50
right.
proposition of making the save, while in soccer, it's more 80-20.
Yep. I talk about the sting of the state championship last year. I mean, that.
Oh, there's a nice chip.
Another one by Flanagan.
Goal by Flanagan. That was a great shot and a redirect, and that came from
Jacob Bowden, I think, but not positive.
I thought, was that number 13? I thought, yeah, it was 13. Who got that kick? That was Graham Hudson. Hudson gets the assist.
What number? So Flanagan from who?
From was that from Hudson? Flanagan from Hudson?
Number 2 is Caden Rasby.
Oh,
so
Rasby,
goal scored by number 7, Matty Flanagan, assisted by number 2, Caden Rasby.
Scored by number 7, Matty Flanagan, assisted by number 2.
Caden Rasby.
Caden Rasby.
So Rasby, 2 goals and an assist today.
47th minute of that goal. 5-0 now. Bedford in the lead. Yep. So with a 5-0 lead, we're in running time here. So 33 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Nice cross by Foltran. I think they took Flanagan out. I think he.
Are they going to start putting the freshman back on?
They must be. I'm trying to think who they put in. So you've got 7. Oh, actually, no, they have a senior up front. So Neelam Sharma is just came in for Flanagan, actually, who's a senior, somewhat first year on varsity, really hard worker.
There's a shot and a goal from Poshman.
So that's number 2 for Poshman also. I didn't know who passed it, but so I would see now.
We'll get the official word. That's Poshman's second goal. He got the first one and the 6th one.
So Poshman's off. So you've got Middleton, the younger Middleton, Griffin Middleton, or Griff Dog, as I used to call him when he. So that is Jacob Bowden.
Bowden.
So goal scored by Number
by
6,
Poshman.
James Poshman.
Goal
And that
scored
comes in
by
the 48th
number 6,
minute.
James Poshman.
And assisted, was it Bowden who had the?
Yeah.
By number 19. Assist by number 19, Jacob Bowden.
Assisted by number 19, Jacob Boulder.
So goals coming in bunches here. 3 in the last 2 minutes.
I would see now that, probably, putting in some of the younger players to get some experience.
Now Redmond finally sees some action coming up to make the save there on a weak header
Although
from
still not a shot, Harry, unfortunately.
Jasper Klaus. No, but he had to play it.
Right.
Got him involved.
Oh, nice ball. Great ball movement right now, Harry. If I would have, just to critique the play from now, they haven't had many giveaways.
So here's Bowden bringing the ball into the Goffstown end. He's got 2 players with him. The shot goes wide of the net. Wide of Delisle.
And it's interesting. I think someone was streaking down the center. Trying to think, Harry, what number that is. Is that number 8? So that's Grayson Grenier streaking down the middle. Could have been, maybe an easy tap in actually. But that being said, that was a great chance.
So now Delisle with the free kick. And a header by Foltran.
So shots, we have Bedford has 3 and Goffstown 0 this half.
Foltran gets by 1 man. Up to Sharma, but that's broken up. Middleton has to come back for it. He leaves it there for Redmond to play. Now a pass across to Soralic. Kaiser.
Diaz back out there. That's Sharma, Neelam Sharma.
Tries to get up to Sharma. He couldn't chase it down. It's going to be Goffstown ball here. Robbie Covino for the Grizzlies with the throw in. Kaiser tried to play it, but instead Covino sends it up. Middleton is there for Bedford. Nice play there by number 12, Caradade.
Yeah, Fernando Caradade, yeah.
So once again, Stu Pepper getting his bench players in now with another 3-goal period, 6-0 Bedford.
Yeah, I think hats off to Coach Pepper too, Harry. I mean, this is the largest roster that Bedford's ever had. And talking to Coach Pepper the other night, he thought it was just important, particularly in this COVID time, to expand the rosters and particularly a lot of these players have worked really hard. They're 3 years, so 14 seniors. And speaking of which, we'll have to talk a little bit later about senior night, Harry, which is coming up on Tuesday night. So if I don't want to remind me.
Oh, they're doing it that early?
A lot of the.
Oh, there's a shot on goal, and it's a great save by Delisle. Gets his hand up, hits the crossbar, then he comes back and plays it.
Corner kick here, actually, yeah, because it hit the crossbar. But great save by Delisle. Yeah, Harry, a lot of the teams moving their senior nights. First or
so
second game.
It is going to be Tuesday.
Yeah, so just in case football's next home game is also their senior night, just in case, God forbid, the numbers increase. And
so the kick from the corner up to Bowden, Bedford, I think, is starting to kind of call off the Dogs a bit.
So, Harry, will you be back here Tuesday night for senior night?
We're going to have to check the schedule and see if we can do that. I think it's a possibility.
All right.
So much of the sports schedule is up in the air for us because, as you know, it's an all-volunteer staff.
Right.
And if you're available,
I'll be here.
I think my schedule's available. Right. I can speak with Bill, and we can make sure that game, especially if it's senior night.
And I'm wondering whether or not we could start, maybe start 15 minutes early for the senior night.
Well, we always do.
Yeah,
we always do.
Yeah.
Whenever we cover a senior night, on a normal case, when it's at the end of the season, we always sign on early and cover that event. So. Yeah, I think my schedule's fairly open. George, you're going to be here? Yeah, George Cox on camera.
Thanks,
so,
George.
I think we can be here on Tuesday.
Yeah, thanks again to George and Harry and as a parent of a current player on this team and a player on the hockey team, I just can't tell you how much we appreciate the great work that all of you do to bring all athletic coverage to all of our parents, and particularly again in this COVID world. Last night, be interested to see the viewership last night for the
Yeah,
football
I'm
game.
curious. I'm curious to see what the numbers are. I expect them to be higher than normal, and of course, it goes both ways. We're happy to do these contests because we know we will get so many viewers. It's why we're here.
Right.
It's why they created these channels so that we could provide very intensive coverage of all things Bedford. Same with the radio station.
And speaking of, parents and grandparents, we had a text come in, a special shout out to Jack and Marianne Clary, who is, it's Matt Flanagan's grandparents, and they're watching from Skidaway Island in Savannah, Georgia, actually. And I know I think the Poshmans have some family out in California, actually. So hello to, Drew and Griffin Middleton's uncle who's watching from the West Coast. We had a little
where
bit
it's
of
9 o'clock.
That's right. That's
so
right.
they're up early watching.
Breakfast at Bedford High School, actually. Breakfast at Middleton. Breakfast at Wimbledon. Breakfast with the Middletons at Bedford High School.
That's Diaz. He's fighting for that ball.
Love his scrappiness.
In the slot, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a handful.
Yeah, he's becoming one of my early favorites.
No fear. I mean, he's a little sprout among the trees, and he's still fighting for every play.
And Cyrillic going out right now. Harry, just talk a little bit about him. He's someone that, played, I believe he played freshman his first year, JV his sophomore year, was brought up to varsity, saw some important minutes at the beginning of the state championship game last year, the first 15 minutes, and did a great job against a really tough Hanover team. So he's going to be fun to watch. But I think a great lesson to particularly any of the youth players in Bedford or Goffstown watching this game. If you're not a starter, early on, just keep on working hard, and eventually your hard work will pay off and it'll get rewarded.
That was Kate Corbett who came in for Soralic, making that play. Up to Jackson Whitehead, and now Diaz tries to get it to Foltran, couldn't quite do it.
And that's Sharma.
Sharma fights for possession and gets it back there. And
Neelam's another one. He's been played freshman, played JV for 3 years, and his senior year he's been rewarded. He's on varsity and seeing some good minutes here today.
But I noticed they keep Andrew Middleton in the game. They try to keep one veteran present, especially on the back line, to keep things settled.
That's been a trademark, probably not just Stu Pepper, but even if you watch the Premier League games, typically they'll keep the back line in, and that's why he dropped Middleton back. I've dropped Bowden back to help out. Bowden was on the wing earlier. Could have a nice cross that was Griffin Middleton, correct?
Yes.
Oh, no, that was Fernando Caradade, actually.
Caradade?
Yeah, Caradade. Yep, sorry. Another cross by Fernando.
Whitehead.
To Sharma. Diaz
Foltran
in the middle of everything, isn't he? There goes Middleton, the younger Middleton, Griffin Middleton.
Now Goffstown takes it away. That's Clinton. Tries to feed it up.
Oh,
Redmond comes out to play it.
Great aggressive play by Redmond there. Whoa, Diaz, a little hip check there.
Yeah, that was against Austin Morin.
Yeah.
Now that he feed it back to Redmond. About 24 minutes to go in this game. Bedford up 6-0.
And Harry, we should mention, this is rivalry week, so this is, last night we had a great battle between, perhaps maybe a preview of the state semifinals or the state championship. It can't be the state championship, right? Probably state semifinals between Goffstown and Bedford.
I'm not sure how the postseason is going to work, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah,
I don't know. I assume that the conference winners will go. I don't know if there'll be any second place games or not. Really hard to say. They may limit it to just the conference winners. It could only be a 4-team tournament.
Yeah, Harry, you should check out the union leader from yesterday. It was you may need a degree in how to figure out the playoffs. Pretty much everyone makes it. Whoever wants to play makes the state tournament.
Oh, really?
Except for I think Division 4, maybe there aren't as many teams. But they'll be playing games, and then even on some weeks, if you get eliminated on the final weekend, you'll still be playing, and it's in the lower division. So.
Oh, well, that is a little strange.
As a matter of fact, I'll shoot you a copy of the article from.
No, I think I have it. I think I have it. I must have missed that part. I know they're talking about the point system and how that's a little bit hard to understand sometimes.
Right. You know, that was interesting last night. Old friend Roger Brown picked it right. He picked the Grizzlies over the Dogs last night.
Yeah, he said 23-21.
Yeah.
It was 26-21 because of a touchdown instead of a field goal. But still, that's pretty good. That's pretty good prognostication there on the part of Swami Brown.
So Cade Corbett throwing it here. About 22 minutes left to go in the game. Again, it's running time.
Corbett throws it in. Sharma chases it down. And he kicks it right off of Brody Reeves to maintain possession.
So we have other contests going on. So I believe the JV volleyball just beat Goffstown. Then we have the varsity volleyball team playing shortly. So again, hats off to to Corey Parker and his staff and all the volunteers who have been there to help him to have a successful weekend.
So Diaz with the feed inside. The shot goes wide.
And Harry mentioned, league play got underway this week, and just for a brief recap, some teams of note: Bishop Girton off to an 0-2 start. They lost to Merrimack twice. Concord's off to a 2-0 start. They beat Pembroke and Merrimack. Old friends Exeter 1-0-1. They beat and tied Winnacunnet. Hanover's 2-0. They beat Lebanon and Fall Mountain.
That's a bit of a tumble right there.
Yep. And then Central is off to a 2-0 start. They beat Memorial twice, and then Memorial's 0-2. So kind of an interesting start to the league play.
About 21 minutes left in this game. Corbett with the throw in there to Middleton. Go ahead.
But Harry, we mentioned state tournament play, and there's 20 teams in Division I, so it'll be interesting having a conversation with Corey Parker. The unknown is, for example, Hanover can only play teams from within 20 or 25 miles of their town. So the moving piece is whether or not some of these teams are going to get permission from their school districts to play in a tournament at a neutral site. But certainly, I hope for the kids' sake that they are allowed. They come up with some kind of a.
Well, I do hope if the numbers stay low, that that's something they'll be able to ease up on a little bit.
All right, so everyone at home, wear your masks all the time, please. Looking out at our crowd today, a pretty decent crowd today too. Everyone is sitting socially distant. They all have their masks on.
Everybody's sitting in clusters of family, and Corey, made the effort. As you can see, the seating here at the Bedford Stadium is marked off.
All right.
And that's the yellow sections are the only sections you're allowed to sit in. And like I said, families able to cluster together since everybody's in the same household, but all the other households are separated by a couple of rows, a couple of seats. So everybody maintaining their distance and wearing masks while they enjoy the game. Now here's a chance for Goffstown. Emerita, he sends it up to Ewing Simone. His weak shot is easily stopped there by Redmond.
We're going to call that a shot. It technically was not on goal, but why don't we call it a shot?
Yeah, if Redmond didn't stop it, it might have hit the post.
Right, you're right. All right, so we got one shot. So Bedford 3 this half, Goffstown with 1. That's the first shot on goal.
Anthony Donnelly in the game now for Bedford.
I think this is first action, right, for Anthony?
Yep. Crossing pass
to Middleton.
That was intercepted by Brody Reeves. Most of the Goffstown starters still in this game.
Yeah, they're probably getting ready. Nice header. A little physical, 18, a little talking between Middleton and I'm not sure what that number is, their striker.
Well, you would think Goffstown at the very least would like to break this shutout. There's a long lead pass. Sharma, he wins the race. He's coming in all alone. Sharma. Oh, the ball just gets in front of him. Couldn't make the play.
Yeah, good play by Delisle getting there. Yeah. He almost was a little tentative, but.
I imagine that's a decision a lot of keepers have to make the quick calculus of can I beat the runner to the ball? Can I beat the attacker to the ball? Because if you mistime that, then you're just leaving the net wide open. And the sun is coming out finally. After a foggy, cloudy start to the day, we're going to get a little bit of sunshine.
Big afternoon action this afternoon. Also, you have the the Bedford girls JV and varsity team going up against the Goffstown JV and varsity team, and I think a lot of hopes for the Bedford varsity team. Typically, they're always in the mix. Typically, in the Final Four. No, they lost some big players from last year's team that went on to one player I believe got a scholarship to UNH to play lacrosse, and another player got a scholarship to Williams to play soccer, actually.
That's Ronnie Morgan for Goffstown.
The Bedford player down. Who is that? Let's see. Is that Bowden? I think Bowden. That would be a.
Yes, it is. Just kind of looks like he might have a cramp. He's trying to pull it out of his leg.
Hopefully he'll get up. That would be a big loss for Tuesday night's action.
Now,
so.
The way he's tugging on his toe, I think he might have just gotten a cramp.
I think the ref finally blows the whistle there. And Harry, I have to point out, and I have to apologize to our viewers out there, and particularly if the Stateris family is watching. I said it's been a while since we had a sibling tandem. I'd have to point out that a couple of years ago we had 3 brothers from the Stateris family, kind of maybe arguably the royalty of Bedford soccer. They at one point they had all 3 of them on the varsity team a couple of years ago. So. And I know the middle one is playing soccer up in Maine, playing varsity soccer. I can't remember the name of the school, but I know he's playing varsity soccer at the college level.
Ball's out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Goffstown with Brody Reeves doing the honors. We're under 15 minutes, under 16 minutes, I should say, left in running time here in the game. 6-0 Bedford.
So looking over on the other side of the field, and our trainer, working on, like you said, Harry, stretching out Bowden's, looks like his calf or his ankle. Nice pass by Diaz.
Here's a chance for Teixeira coming in. He's got some room.
Oh,
takes a long shot that just goes over the crossbar.
Harry, I like that. Goffstown's probably thinking he's going to pass it, and that you almost snuck that over the keeper's head. I don't know if Bedford football coach is watching. Maybe if he needs someone to lessen the load on poor Joey Michael, maybe you grab one of these players. And believe it or not, we did have a member of the soccer team 5 or 6 years ago who both played for the soccer team and kicked field goals for the Bulldogs.
Well, last year the Bulldogs had Maddie Lucantoni.
Yeah, that's right.
She had quite the leg. She was able to. She pretty much hit inaccurate too. She was able to hit pretty much anything within 40 yards.
Harry, you may remember the player I was mentioning. Probably the first family of Bedford hockey, Tempesta, actually, yes. The older Tempesta.
Oh, absolutely.
Stevie T, as we call them.
Yeah, we'll have to bring him and Tommy Huther back to the broadcast booth for a couple of games this year. Again, we're hoping to hear something about hockey and basketball fairly soon. Things still up in the air. Things still very fluid. And they change from month to month, week to week. So,
like you said, Harry, the key is keeping the numbers low in New Hampshire.
Yeah, so. As long as everybody makes the effort, I think we're going to have sports. Just keep those numbers low.
Oh.
There's a shot right there. It goes over the net.
And who was that? Let's see. Again, if you coach Pepper, probably saying to him, that's okay, but next time cross it. He had a couple of his teammates streaking.
That was number 21. That was Anthony Donnelly.
So a senior. So again, first year in varsity, probably thinking, hey, it would be great to get my name on the score sheet. Interesting on the mask area. I work over at St. Anselm, and our seniors really hoping they make it all the way to May, and they have a kind of a cute slogan: "Raise the mask, lower the banner." We have a tradition at St. Anselm we have class banners, and you lower the banner right before graduation. So there's stickers and signs all over campus actually about raise the mask, lower the banner actually. So let's hope here keep the masks on, and like you said, hopefully we'll have a basketball season and a hockey season.
And everything else.
Right.
You know, there's gymnastics and cheer.
Yep. Oh,
Indoor
Sharma
track.
again. Let's see. Sharma streaking down the sideline.
Oh, he pulls up and knocked away by James Baggs, I think that was who came back.
And
made
nice,
that play.
nice bid by Sharma. Nice. I don't know who passed that. Was it number 4 or I'm not sure who would pass it to him, but was it Jackson Whitehead?
Jackson Whitehead, number 4. So Elliot Teixeira will be doing the corner here. 12 minutes to go here in run time. 6-0 Bedford. There's a header attempt by Jackson Whitehead.
Great job by Jackson getting in there. And nice ball, too.
Middleton trying to control it. He does. Across to Teixeira. His
would have been close offside. May have been 21. Anthony Donnelly was maybe at a half a step on the defender.
Easter settles it down, gets it back to the back line.
Middleton's everywhere, isn't he?
Yeah, Middleton's there as well. Cade Corbett to Diaz. Jackson Whitehead back to Corbett. Coming up on the 11-minute mark. Pass up the sideline now to Donnelly. He's able to chase it down. Nope, it goes out of bounds. So they're going to retain possession here. Must have won off a Goffstown player.
You know, some text messages are coming in from some friends in town. Hello to Tim Beckert, actually, good supporter of Bedford Athletics. You may have called his son's name last night. Owen's a senior here, started at center, and I thought from again my vantage point had a really good game actually. So despite the lack of talent from his dad, Owen had a fantastic game. And again, that family, just like the Flanagan family, all the talent, athletic talent, and intellectual talent comes from the mother.
Now here's a crosser. That was a great chance there to Shera. If he was able to control that better, might have had a clean break on net. Instead, broken up there by the Grizzlies. And Sharma, he tries to play the ball. Instead, it gets knocked out. Dylan Smith tries to settle it down for the Grizzlies. Now, Liam Schaff takes the throw in for Goffstown. Emerita.
Oh, nice ball. That was a very nice pass. Probably one of the best passes of the game for Goffstown.
Yeah, that was probably their best offensive chance there. Emerita comes up with the loose ball. Now a crosser. Here's Brody Reeves. Ball goes out. It's going to stay with Goffstown.
It was a nice play by Cade Corbett. Nice defensive slide tackle to break it up. Again, I like the intensity. You're up, Bedford, you're up 6-0, but, still playing with a lot of intensity, kind of easing off a little bit offensively, but sure it's getting warm out there too with the sun and particularly with the masks on.
There's a bit of a flurry in front of the Bedford goal.
And that was a shot.
And Austin Morin had a chance. It hit a body and went out of bounds.
So that's shot number 2 for Goffstown.
Close call there for the Grizzlies. Under 9 minutes to play. Bedford up 6-0.
So Harry, good day for the Bedford captains too. So you get Drew Middleton, incredibly solid game, kind of calling the defensive signals, and then James Poshman 2 goals from the middle and controlling things in the middle, and then Matt Flanagan, first year playing striker, usually plays wing. Actually, also Matt had 2 goals, and then Rasby with 2 goals and an assist, I believe.
We had 3 players score 6 goals. Poshman with the first and 6th, Rasby with 2 and 3, and Flanagan with 4 and 5.
Right.
And the assist, 2 for Bowden, 2 for Fultran.
And 1 for Rasby, and then Flanagan's was unassisted because it was on a PK.
Exactly.
And if Matt's brother Jack is watching, it's good to see a Flanagan be able to, finish on a PK. Although kidding, Jack played defense, so really never would have gotten a breakaway.
Now here's an opportunity. Oh, great save by Delisle there on number 11,
Elliot
Teixeira. He came in at point blank range.
A little frustrated. Probably the eyes get really wide when you're
that close.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big net. You think it's how hard it could be to hit it.
Right. But a freshman, I'm sure he's thinking, hey, geez, can talk to his classmates and his parents and his grandparents. And, thanks to, your great work, the game's recorded so you can show your friends and
relive the moment.
Yeah. And we should give a shout out to our public address announcer today too, actually. So, Mr. Harrington, great job here. And his dad, again, and a shout out to his dad actually, because who just does a tremendous job with the athletic facilities here at Bedford in the fields and so forth.
Now Bedford Sharma on the rush here. Sharma pulling up a little bit, takes a long shot that's easily stopped by Delisle.
Sharma can smell it, can't he? I think that's his third or fourth bit of the second half.
I think if he hadn't pulled up, he might have been able to get a little closer. But that pull up, he had a man right behind him. He had to let that shot go at the risk of being back checked. Now drop back there to Redmond. Bedford up by 6. We got about 6 minutes to play here at runtime. And our next soccer match, hopefully, I'm going to say likely, but not 100% certain, will be here Tuesday.
Oh, come on, Harry. Senior
it's
day.
Not my call. It's not my call.
Oh, come on.
Knowing Bill, he'll make it happen. But I just want to say, I don't want to promise anything until Bill says so. But we'll make every effort to be here on Tuesday.
And again, a big shout out, just to let parents know too, and grandparents. Tuesday night is senior night, and we have 14 seniors graduating. My understanding too is that Corey Parker's trying to get the band here, so we'll have the band here. And I know that special shout out to Kim Middleton and son Poshman, who are organizing senior night and have done an absolutely tremendous job as always in organizing a tribute to our seniors. So I can't say enough about Kim Middleton and son Poshman. And
not to mention, it's likely to be a far more competitive contest on Tuesday against the very strong Central team.
It is, and probably potential preview of the state championship if things go well. But the size of some of the Central players too. They have a midfielder. I think he's about 6'1", 6'2", and again the skill of Sam Asanta and Sam Latona. And also Central is a very good keeper, exceptional keeper too. But similar to our two new keepers here, but it should be an interesting matchup.
Well, we've hit the 5-minute mark, at which time the scoreboard stops, and we are now in stoppage time. We'll see how long the officials let this go. They may even cut the game off short, considering the outcome is more or less certain here. 6-goal lead.
Nice cross there. Harry, when's the next varsity home game?
The football game? It's going to be against Central on Friday night at 7 o'clock. Again, you want to give some credit to the AD, Corey Parker. Somehow he managed to get 4 home games.
I heard that last night.
Which is more than any other D1 school got.
I heard that on your broadcast. I was a little, as a soccer parent, I'm a little bit jealous because we have 10 games, 5 on the road. 5 at home, and unfortunately because of fortunately or unfortunately because of the COVID rules, parents are not allowed to go to away games. So you just hope that some of these away games, their local television is doing the games. I do believe on Thursday night Central's doing the Manchester
TV,
yeah.
PTV, yeah. They've got a pretty good sports lineup as well over on MPTV, and that's one of the things that Bill Jennings has been working on with people like Nashua TV, Nashua ETV in Manchester and Goffstown. These community television channels that have really strong sports coverage we're talking about building a combined share so that there's a
Another
nice save by
shot.
Redmond.
Great save by Redmond. Number 6 from Goffstown had that shot.
That was Aiden Clinton with that opportunity. Like I was saying, there's a plan to try to create kind of a ESPN of New Hampshire sports where people will be able to find games on demand at a single link from all the programs, a lot of the D1 programs here in southern New Hampshire.
There goes Diaz. Let's see if he has a shot here.
Pulls up and he gets pushed down. He's going to get a whistle.
I think he gave him a look too. That was 22 from Goffstown who kind of threw him to the ground.
I'm sorry, not Andrew Milton. That was Andy Mason.
So Mason with the takedown of Diaz.
But Middleton here is going to get the free kick.
Great leg right here. Middleton's, great fit. Great cross.
And they're going to say an offsides. I believe. Is that what they're calling?
I believe it was offsides.
Okay.
Yeah. Or could be a foul. Looks like they're calling a foul actually on Goffstown.
They'll have a chance a little closer.
So Middleton's going to get another shot to let it ride, as they say, from it looks like the 15-yard line, which would be about a 25-yarder or a 30-yarder actually.
They're going to shoot from the 15, so it's about a 25-yard kick here. If he puts it in the right spot, he could score here. Just get it over the heads of the wall. He's going to keep it on the ground. He scores. Middleton.
Nice goal by Drew Middleton. That a good example there, Harry. You mentioned a little bit earlier that if a player is offsides but they're not involved with the play, they won't call the offsides play. So you notice that one of the Bedford players jumped a little bit early, actually, and they did not call the offsides.
So Andrew Middleton gets on the score sheet with a goal kick.
Oh, actually, they did. I take it back, actually. They did call it offside. So one of the Bedford players had cut, which happens a lot of times.
So why'd they let him kick that ball?
And I take it back. The player really wasn't involved in the play, but they still called it offsides. And get pretty common, and another takedown. So we had 18 takedown number 4 Jackson Whitehead. So turn it into a little bit of maybe some physical play like we had last night with the football team. Show us some frustration on the part of Goffstown.
Kind of paying him back for the football loss.
So we're 4 minutes into stoppage time, just so you know.
So Middleton with another kick here right from midfield. Low line driver. And the whistle blows. Is that going to be it?
It should be. It may have been a hit from behind, actually, on one of the Goffstown players. So they're letting them re-kick it. So they must not have been set. I don't know, Harry. We're both hockey guys. I think they should redo the rules of soccer and have a blue line and have a red line. Actually, a lot easier to make the call. And again, I mentioned,
that is it. They're finally blowing the whistle here, and it is a final score. Bedford 6-0. Let's recap the scoring real quick. It started at the 16th minute. Poshman from Foltran. In the 17th minute, Rosvi from Bowdoin. 22nd minute, Rosvi again with a assist from Foltran. That made it 3-0 at the half. Then Flanagan scoring unassisted. That was a penalty kick at the 46th minute. In the 47th minute, Flanagan again off an assist from Rosvi. And then Poshman getting the cherry on top of the sundae there at the 48th minute with an assist from Bowdoin. 6-0 Bedford. Pretty much a one-sided contest, as you mentioned. Shots on goal, only 3 or 4 for Goffstown. Quite a few more
15,
for
16 for Bedford, I think. Actually,
a lot of the Bedford bench getting into the game. So great contest. We're going to wrap things up, and like I said, high probability we'll be here Tuesday for
senior night.
Senior night. Just check with the BCTV website when we know for sure, which hopefully will be Monday. We'll make that an official announcement.
And then for all the Bedford parents and grandparents out there, once an announcement's made, we'll forward the information along. Check out Twitter and so forth. But again, I think if I'm Coach Pepper today, Central has pretty much a powerhouse offensively, actually. So it's going to be important for Bedford to be able to answer that. And I think today they showed they can find the back of the net. So,
well, it'll be a different level of competition on Tuesday, and we'll look forward to that game. So once again, final 6-0 Bedford. boys soccer over here. Don't forget the girls junior varsity and varsity playing later
All
today.
right.
So if you're a friend or family of the team, make sure you come out and watch them play. So until Tuesday, hopefully, Jim,
It's been a
thank you
pleasure,
very
Harry.
much. I'm Harry Kozlowski. So long.
That was